Imagine spending 7 years building what your company calls the future of computing, a product your CEO personally championed on stage. And then one day you pack your desk and walk across town to join the competition. That's exactly what just happened at Apple. Paul Mead, the Apple vice president, that's a very senior executive, basically one of the people at the top of the org chart, in charge of the Vision Pro headset, is reportedly leaving Apple to join OpenAI's hardware team. Now, if those names mean nothing to you yet, don't worry. Let's back up and build the full picture from scratch, because this story is actually fascinating once you know the context. The Apple Vision Pro is a headset, a device you wear on your face, a bit like ski goggles, that lets you see and interact with digital content layered on top of the real world. Apple calls this spatial computing, meaning computing that exists in the space around you rather than on a flat screen. Apple launched it in early 2024 with a starting price of $3,500. Yes, you heard that right. It was ambitious, impressive, and very, very expensive. Paul Mead was the executive steering that entire ship at Apple. Being a VP at Apple is a big deal. The company is famously flat, meaning they have very few layers of management. So a VP title carries serious weight and real power. Now, OpenAI, you've probably heard that name. They're the company behind ChatGPT, the AI chatbot, a program you can have a conversation with that became a global phenomenon in 2022 and has been growing ever since. But here's the thing. Most people don't realize OpenAI isn't just a software company anymore. Software means programs and apps that run on existing devices. OpenAI has been quietly building a hardware team, meaning they want to make the physical devices themselves. They hired Johnny Ive, the legendary designer who created the look of the iPhone, to lead a new hardware project. And now they're pulling in Paul Mead, someone who literally shipped one of the most advanced headsets ever made. These are not random hires, so why would someone leave Apple, one of the most prestigious and well-paying companies on Earth, for OpenAI? The honest answer is momentum. Right now, the AI industry feels like the early days of the smartphone. Everyone wants to be part of whatever gets built next. The Vision Pro, for all its brilliance, has had a rocky road. Sales have been slower than hoped, and there are real questions about whether the world is ready for a $3,500 face computer. OpenAI, by contrast, feels like it's running at full speed with the wind at its back. This matters because we're entering what people in the industry call the AI hardware race, a competition to figure out what the go-to physical device for AI will actually be. Will it be glasses, a headset, a small wearable pin you clip to your shirt? Nobody knows yet, and that's exactly why everyone is scrambling. Think of it like the early 2000s before the iPhone existed. Lots of companies were making phones. Then Apple figured out the right form, the right shape and feel, and the whole industry reorganized around that idea. We're at that same messy, exciting, before-the-answer moment with AI hardware right now. And Paul Mead just bet with his career that OpenAI is the team that figures it out first. When someone with that much inside knowledge makes that kind of move, smart people in the industry pay close attention. For Apple, this is a real sting. Losing a senior leader on a flagship product is the main most important thing a company is pushing, to a direct rival in an emerging category is the kind of headline no company wants. It also raises questions about the Vision Pro's future. Is a new, cheaper version coming? Is Apple rethinking the whole strategy? Or is this just one executive making a personal call? We don't have those answers yet, but this departure will definitely add fuel to that conversation. So why does any of this matter to you, even if you've never worn a headset or used ChatGPT? Because the device that becomes the main way people interact with AI, whatever it turns out to be, will be as big a deal as the smartphone was. It will change how you work, communicate, and get information every single day. The people moving between these companies right now are the ones drawing the blueprint for that future. Watching where the talent flows is one of the best early signals we have for where the technology is actually heading. So keep an eye on OpenAI's hardware announcements. Keep an eye on what Apple does with Vision Pro next. And keep an eye on the names moving between these companies. Because right now, those moves are telling the story before the products even exist. If you want to go deeper on AI hardware, the deep dive is linked below.